they always have to find some weird way to use their stupid messaging app. It's very, very awful. Very painful to sit through. But, so yeah, her dialogue is bad. They're trying to play a video game. A bunch of shenanigan happens. Eventually they do get to the game, right? And when they do, the world's ending.
Why is the world ending?
Because the world is ending. That is all you need to know.
That's dumb.
Yep, the world is ending. So basically, they plug in the game, right, and then they notice a countdown, right? And like they're trying to figure out what this countdown does, right? And then it's all revealed. Oh, hey, that's the countdown of when your specific area gets hit by a meteor.
Lovely.
Yep. But yeah, a whole bunch of meteors rain from the Earth, and the Earth is doomed forever. It's just completely gone to shit, right? So there's no world anymore. It's a complete barren desert wasteland destroyed by meteors. Alright? And America is apparently just completely filled with JPEGs of the side of the building. That's a whole other thing.
Okay.
That I don't want to get into.
Okay.
But, so yeah, world's completely boned. They're in the video game now, so that's cool. In this video game, there's 4 friends, right?
Okay.
Each of them have a thing. They're called the thing of something. Right?
The thing of something?
Yeah, they all have these specific classes. It's like a video game, but it's like a video game except none of the classes do meaning. We try to explain it about 7,000 pages in, but they don't. And in the end, it becomes literally homework that you have to do.
Sounds terrible.
Right? There's a fan thing, well, not even a fan thing, there's an official thing where they explain, like, what each of the words mean for the class, right? They have a few mentions of it during the Homestuck story, right? Like some very important characters have very important classes, and it's all important and shit. What exactly they do? Some of them are explored, others aren't at all. Not like a single bit. And it's just a whole bunch of mess. So basically, you don't have to listen to it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of things in this story that don't go anywhere. I don't understand how people enjoy it. It does not go anywhere. They mention it, right? They mention it, and then not once in 8,000 pages do they mention it again. It's bizarre! I have no idea why people like it as much as they did. And then I realized it was because Tumblr. Well, mostly because Tumblr, rather. Because the guy who made it, Andy Husser, he did exist before Tumblr doing his thing. What was it called? Jailbreak? Adventures, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, that thing.
But you know, so yeah, they entered the game. They all have this class. They're all supposed to do something, right? So for a while it's about doing what they're supposed to do, right? They're on the path to do something, to do what they're supposed to do, but they get harassed by these things called trolls.
Okay.
Right? And these trolls are telling them some stupid shit, and they're basically still screwing around, but like in the general plot direction, right? And then something happens. I'm not too sure. A bunch of story things I've just completely forgot about at this point because it was just so completely useless. It didn't matter anything because eventually there's a war happening onto this one planet, right? And things go to shit because one guy gets superpowers and causes everything to go die-bye, right? And then a whole bunch of other characters join. Homestuck. Thank you.
Anti-soft lock.
Anti-soft lock. Kill player keybind. So a bunch so there's a bunch of things happen. There's a planet. There's a war going on. Some guy gets superpowers and kills literally everyone. A guy dies. Some people are disappeared. It's all going to shit. It looks great, and then we go to Act 5, which is not a continuation of the events that just happened. Completely, like this is there. I cannot imagine how people think it's good, except Tumblr. It's just so bizarre how everything was done. Right? Because I'm explaining to you, and you don't know a damn thing because you didn't read it. I don't know a damn thing, and I've read the damn thing. And I'm trying to explain it to you, and it's just nonsense. All the time.
It sounds like absolute nonsense.
Yeah. Right? What? I'm pretty sure I'm missing a whole bunch of important shit that happened between the events of that and this. Not coming to mind. Anyway, so now there's this thing called trolls, and if you know anything about Homestuck, you know trolls.
That's literally the only thing I know about it.
Literally the only thing you know about, right? This is the entirety of Act 5. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the thing I did forget is that there's a whole bunch of time travel nonsense where the plot goes from one timeline to one time to a different time.
That sounds like it's gonna get ugly really fast.
Right. It's complete nonsense. It's not done very well. It's just for the purposes of introduction. Like there's the plot would just do one thing, right? And then in the very next page it's like, and then a different timeline. In a different timeline, here's a whole bunch of different characters that you don't know about.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, confusing as fuck. All right. That's just gonna be the mantra from now on for Homestuck. Just nothing makes sense. And so the big troll thing, right? The entirety of Act 5, which is about what, 5,000 pages in, 4,000, 3,000, 5,000. Let's say 5,000 pages in, all right? We had 5,000 pages of like the same, 4,000 pages of about the same group of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's 12 more different people with their own story. And that's the troll segment. Yep, you heard me right.
So it just stops.
It basically just stops, and then this Act 5 goes on for a while. Like, they basically have to go through the entire game themselves.
Okay.
Up to and past where our original characters are. Right? So basically,
wait, so we're on a different set of characters.
A different set of characters. They're playing the same game, but different, right? They've beaten the game, right?
Okay, why are they playing it again?
The reason they're playing it again is because when they beat the game, they opened something, right? And when they opened it, the murder guy from before went into their world and started murderizing the crap out of everything. Right?
So it's a new game plus type.
Yeah,
of
so
deal.
they have to new game. They have to new game plus because otherwise they just lost, because their world is also ended because it's the same set of circumstances.
Okay,
everything's the same. Alright?
New people, same circumstances.
New people, same circumstances. There's 12 of them. Right?
What do you mean there's 12 of them?
We started with 4, right? Here's 12 more characters.
Oh no.
Right? So, yeah, so there's just not going to be enough characterization to go on, right? And everyone knew this. Most of all the authors do this as well, right? So these 12 characters, of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are important. Alright? The others died. That's how bad it got.
Oh no. They're all cannon fodder.
Yeah, 7 of them are dead. Well, not by the end of Act 5, but like shortly thereafter. Right? Some finagling happens, right? And then there's of the trolls, the most important one, of course, is the one that everyone knows. You know it. You definitely know it. I bet you know. You fucking know it. Don't shy away like that.
You think I remember?
Okay, that's fine.
You think I remember these things?
Alright, but if I said Vriska, like light bulbs pop up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you set off the light bulbs.
Yeah.
Please turn them off.
Yes, I will. I will shortly. But yeah, Vriska, like, yeah, that's just a shit show. The people who think that she did nothing wrong, like legitimately, or that her actions were justified in any single way, like, there's nothing else to say.
I don't know what's going on. No.
Basically, like this is only stuff I learned from the video.
Okay.
I watched, right? So when I first read it, right, I just know that there's a character from Visca, and basically she's the worst being to this entire universe, right?
Okay.
Like she's just being a complete asshole to her friends, right?
Okay.
At one point, her friends get back, like, one of her friends is trying to get back on her for like breaking one of their friends' legs in real life.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why'd she do that?
On purpose.
Why? Is it explained?
There's not really much reason why, but like the whole idea is that she's trying to make him stronger somehow by breaking his legs.
That's not how you do that.
Yeah, it's just not very well developed, is what I'm trying to say. He's trying to say something there, and some people shortcut it towards a character arc that just isn't there. And that's basically the entire character, which is completely awful. Like, there's a lot that needs to be said about this character, right? So the way that the way that the girl gets back at her is that she blows up something in her eye, basically. Inadvertently blow up something in her eye.
Okay.
Right? Basically, there's this guy she's talking to through a magic cube ball.
Okay.
Whatever, right. And she talks to the guy who owns the magic cue ball.
Okay.
Whatever, right. And shenanigans. What ends up happening is that guy causes the white ball to blow up in her face and she loses it.
Okay.
Right? So that's what happened, right? So as revenge, she takes control of her mind because she has superpowers.
Of course!
I forgot to mention,
Of course!
all the trolls have superpowers. Well, one specific superpower. She takes over her mind, right? She leaves her outside and she stares at the sun, thus causing her to be blind forever. And they're still friends.
Why?
They're literally still friends.
Why?
Fuck if I know. I mean, it kind of makes sense because the troll culture is that everyone's an asshole to each other, but still, it just doesn't check out. You know, it's not developed at all. That's the point, right? Not developed at all. Not a single iota. Right? So that happens. Then Vriska does some stuff. She becomes a super badass. She dies in the game, and so she gets reborn as a superhero, because that's how the game works. And if you die in the game, you become a superhero. Yep.
Hey, that's not what I remember hearing.
Yep. That's just how it works in this universe. Don't question it, because I certainly didn't.
Is that how Mafia works?
Nope. Certainly not. But that's how Homestuck works. So, she becomes a superhero, and she's a super badass because of that. Then they all get transported to the original Four People's video game because they have to, right? And they're all stuck on the meteor to avoid getting murdered by that one guy, right? And then everyone fucking gets cabin fever or something because some guy just goes on a complete rampage and starts killing the entire troll cast, right?
Yeah, they had it coming.
For real though, but more than that, after that some non-specific things happen. Vriska starts killing some people. Then she says, you know what, I'm a super badass now because I died in the game and became a superhero. So I'm going to try to murder the guy who was doing all the super murder in our world, right? And then her friend, Teretsi, right?
Okay.
The blind one now, right? She's like, yo, I have superpowers that make me see the future and which one's the good one, right? So I gotta stop you right here because when you go try to fight the super badass, you're gonna lose and then you're gonna kill the rest of us, right? And Briscoe's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I do what I want, basically. Like, I don't fucking care. I'm a super badass. I'm gonna murderize the fuck out of him. And then like, yep. And then the blind girl sees into the future, sees that it's gonna go to shit, so she has to kill her friend. Right? So now she's dead. Vriska's dead, right? Fucking the whole story is saved now because that character doesn't exist anymore. Right? Just kidding! Not only is so what happens later in the story is that John Egbert, the main protagonist guy...
Oh, we're back to them?
Yeah, back to them now. We've been back to them for a while, it's just that the trolls got basically self-inserted directly into the other guy's story, so now we're intertwined into something. Confusing mess. Right? But basically, John Egbert gets a superpower, right? It's a completely different from his own.
Okay.
Alright, he gets the power to retcon the story.
Oh, lovely. So he's gonna retcon the fact that Vriska died.
Yeah. So he gets retcon superpowers, right? And then Teretsi from the future is like, okay, you know what? I need you to go back into. I need you to retcon into the past, right? And do these very specific things, right? And when you do these very specific things, things will be better, right? And the direct result of going back into the past and doing all these things is that Vriska gets to not be dead. So she's back into the story now, right? Not only is she back into the story, but the dead Vriska of that universe shows up as a ghost in the afterworld, right? Because that's a thing that happens in Homestuck, is that all the people that died are now ghosts in the afterworld type of thing, right?
So now there's two Vriskas.
There's two Vriskas, both of them the exact same Vriska. One of them is just retconned. But that's not how retcons work! Right? And not only that, but they needed her back. They needed her back so that she can basically solve all the world's problems that they had. Because before John gets retcon powers, everyone died.
Oh.
Literally everyone died. It was very bad. Okay. You can't just have your entire character base just die except for like 2 people, 1 person. Teretsi was also dying at this point. I forgot.
Oh.
So you can't just have your entire cast be dead except one guy. So you have to go back and do retcon powers and not explain why or how or do it.
So they don't even explain it.
Right? He just has retcon powers and he does retcon for one very specific thing, and that's it. He never uses it again, and he explicitly states that he doesn't want to use it again because it gets fucky. Or something along the lines of that.
Implying it wasn't already?
Yes, he doesn't want to do it ever again because it's just too weird, man. It's just too
This
weird.
is where he draws the line?
Yep. He just doesn't want to abuse it for some reason. Either way, now we have Vriska back and she solves all the world's problems, so now everyone gets to be not dead. Character arc! You can see why this is a very controversial character. Well, no, you really can't. By all accounts, she should just be terrible, right? But for some reason, there's people who would defend her as a character, and some people who would defend her as a being. We do not talk about these people ever. All right? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we're on the same boat. Either way, so not only so they retcon Vriska back when they're not alive.
Okay.
Not exist.
Dang.
Who knows? Who knows what it's called, right? And for some reason, she knows that that she got retconned back to life because they have a plan later.
So they have a ripple-proof memory.
Yeah, it's a bunch of nonsense. Anyway, here's the fully updated guide.
Whoa.
Right. Look, watch this.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, this actually does that screen clearing explosion, right? Does actually less damage than hitting them with a missile.
Oh.
So what you want to do is that you want to get up close enough to hit them with a missile, then let the thing explode. That's the optimal way to use this guy.
Oh.
Because they'll always do the explosion. And they also have another screen. Yeah, there you go. Look at that dust particle effect.
What's left? You just have to, like, actually beat the game?
Yeah, I guess. I can just do the shoot the final boss in the face with the samurai. Might as well. Just finish it off, you know. Oh, wait, no, I have to. That's right, the last skill point in the game that I didn't do.
Huh?
I need to infect this last point with COVID-19.
Oh no! Oh no! Ow!
Okay, so, yeah. Wild garbage mess, and then it turns out Andrew Hussey was an asshole this entire time. Oh, this never finished upgrading, right?
It's very close to being done though, right?
How close is it?
That close.
The Mega Heart.
Are you winning, son?
Oh fuck. That's why they were shooting there. Oh, he just worked. Fucking stuff. Oh, that didn't make it. He's dead.
What game are you gonna play after this one?
I guess we can continue one of the games that we were playing.
No, for like random talks, since this is actually almost done.
This is almost done. I think we had Arsenal go on the list.
Were we?
Yeah.
Were we gonna revisit that?
Yeah, I believe we did say we were going to revisit that.
Were we gonna do the
other one, yes.
the
other girl in the game.
Luca, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's only been, like, more than a year.
The fact that you remember it speaks volumes, though. About how memorable it is.
Jack Lee for life.
The Arsenal Pierce would be so mad at you.
I know, right?
I think I got the skill point.
Did they pronounce it as Jackery?
No, it's not the fact that she called Jackery, it's the fact that she's just near.
Yeah. Well, I haven't played the first game.
Yeah, no one has, except for the people that did. Sucks to be that. In fact, 30. Okay, that was it. Yeah, they told me. Oh, fuck.
Oh, you're almost dead. No, you're not.
So that's good, I guess. I'm gonna So yeah, Artanoka 2 is next on the chopping block again. I'm going to be other girl. Still not ready to be still not ready to bleach after landing. Stop asking.
I don't think anyone has asked.
Good. Good.
I think I did get a comment on one of those videos at some point though, and I was like, holy crap, people watch these things.
It's ultimate. People watch the videos ultimate look up, right? We do the games that no one plays. And the people who do the people who search look it up, yeah, they're going to be commenting on it, you know?
I'm more just amazed that people actually went through our bullshit.
It's really terrible. It's really terrible. We are really bad at everything we do, aren't we? It was fun though.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. I enjoyed it. You enjoyed it.
It's one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Yep. Just having friends over. Speaking
of once-in-a-lifetime experiences and terrible games, so you know my hobby is to play all the shittiest video games in the world, right?
I didn't know you defined that as your hobby, but weird flex.
Yeah, the general idea is that play games that other people don't play just to see if there's a diamond in the rough and things like that, right?
Looking for all the hidden gems.
Yeah, the hidden gems, or just the weirdly terrible ones, rather, right? Two of them came out recently, and thus everyone knows about them, so I can't really play them anymore.
Oh.
You heard about Bugsnax, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, don't say.
Yeah.
It's literally sentient food.
Yeah, that's not sentient food, it's sentient food that zombifies you into more food. And also, everyone's a Muppet character.
They got a song from for some reason.
Yeah, who was the person that sang that song? She's famous, isn't she? How?
I have to wonder what strings they pulled.
They paid money to make a song for Bugsnax! For Bugsnax! That just does not check out. Anyway, let's go visit the trophy room. See if I got everything. If I'm missing
You're missing one.
I'm sure someone else already found it.
What's the one you're missing?
That's what I want to know. And I don't think I can find out, because all my maps are filled out.
Awesome.
Or maybe not. Oh, that's the gold bolt, or titanium bolt. That's also the titanium bolt. That's just the things. That's the titanium bolt room. That's the titanium bolt room, I think. That's the titanium bolts.
What other things do we want to talk about that have happened?
Oh god. You know what? I'm just not gonna bother with finding it. I'm sure someone found it already. You know, it's an old game.
It's not like we're doing this for 100%. We're just doing this to show off funny weapons.
This game a million times already. It's a well-known game. Anyway, Bugsnax.
Bugsnax.
Yeah, weird-ass game. The problem with that for, you know, my kind of people is that it's a pretty good game, all things considered. It's just weird because it's a child's game, right? It looks like a child's game. It is a child's game. There's nothing complicated about it. And then the character is like, "Hey, my wife is getting a divorce with me, and I'm coping by talking to a cactus." And like,
oh.
Yeah, it's
oh.
It's that kind. I want you to get dirt on this guy so I can hold him so I can hold something over his head, and it turns out that he's gay for another man.
Oh, this turned dark really quick.
Yeah, it's so weird, right? It's so weird.
When did this happen?
In the game. That's just a thing that happens in the game. It's like no one goes over it in any way, shape, or form. It's just something that happens.
So it just happens and no one pays any attention to it?
No, it's dialogue. This is the stuff that happens in the game, and you're forced to deal with it. This is dialogue you talk to people with. And it's just weird. Right?
Yeah.
Let me just put on this shield. just so weird that Bug Snacks.
Bug Snacks.
The game that looks like it's for children is the one that... Right? Bug Snacks? Like, who the fuck was thinking of Bug Snacks? And like, this is going to be my... This is the video game where I talk about serious-ish things like ransom and divorce and gay people existing. God damn it.
You could have phrased that better.
I could have phrased it a lot better.
You could have phrased that so much better.
Happy Pride Month, by the way!
You could have phrased that so much better, but you didn't.
I did not. I failed everyone.
You're a team.
Also, all the particles are disappearing off the face of the earth right now.
You're a terrible.
Yeah, I'm so bad. The game is disagreeing with me. Like, I'm trying to like, nothing's working, you can clearly see, right? There's supposed to be bullets on screen right now, you just can't see it.
Wow. What did you do to this game?
There's too many bullets lit on screen. Because I kept all the enemies earlier alive, as you can see, they're still shooting me in the cutscene.
Oh.
Yeah, so they were shooting him, which gives me extra damage, but also there's too many bullets on screen. Alright, so let us do the thing. Equip.
Robots begin!
Rock. This one or rock? I'll figure it out. That's not a sniper, that's a those are two different things. Okay, it's not this one. Oh, there goes my entire quick select, apparently.
Wait, what? Where'd your quick select go?
Okay.
Huh?
Oh, that's the alternate menu.
Oh.
I forgot that this game had two menus. That was too fast. Alright. I've been live on this before, so let's see. Yep. Let's go.
19 shots.
No, less than 19.
18 shots.
Huh. No wonder the speedrunners do it that way. Oh yeah, that's the entire video
That's
game.
the game.
Again, that's basically 100%. Minus one trophy.
Minus
that
one
you
trophy.
Figure it out yourself. Fuck you. Well, yeah, that's cool and all. This video game ruined the series, so that's all we really have to say about that. Alright. So, continuing where I left off. What was it again?
Bug Snacks.
Bug Snacks. That weird ass game, that's all I have to say. Second game, the other one that came out. Balan Wonderland. Wonder World. Balan Wonder World.
Never
Yes.
heard that one.
This was like PS5. This was like when
Oh.
the PS5 came out. Balan Wonder World.
That'll
right?
explain why I've never heard of it.
Yes. So, first off, Balan Wonder World instead of Balan Wonderland. Come on! Come on! It's right there! Right? But also, so the lead director is a guy who worked on Sonic Adventures.
Okay.
And it shows in the art style, so.
Okay.
So the models are like similar to those in Sonic Adventure, right?
Okay.
Or like
Okay.
resembles Sonic Adventure, right?
It's got that art style.
Yeah. Square Enix bought him out to make a 3D platforming game. There's a lot of money going into this, right? And
Okay.
it turns out the game is a piece of shit.
Oh no.
So there's a lot of things that went into the game, right? So there's like the whole point is that you're Kid McWonderboy, right? You're stuck in this Wonder World, so they say. And there's a
Okay.
guy named Balan, right?
Okay.
And Balan is a good guy. He wants to party and dance and have fun.
Okay.
And you as a kid likes to party and have fun, except if you're a girl, in which case your motivations are completely different.
Huh?
But the general idea is like Balin is a good guy. Lance is also there, and he's a bad guy.
Oh, what's Lance do?
Lance does bad things, like he wants to keep you in this wonder world forever, and Balin wants to see you fucking leave because it's a metaphor for something. I don't know.
Oh.
By the way, this happens in a cutscene with no dialogue.
Oh.
And also doesn't even happen in the cutscene. You literally have to buy a $20 book in order to figure this shit out.
What?
Yeah. It doesn't even so you go into the game, nothing's explained to you at all.
So you have to get like auxiliary reading material.
Auxiliary material to figure out what's going on in the game. No dialogue, nothing whatsoever.
That sounds like something Yoko Taro would do.
You just watch a cutscene, go, well, that was kind of neat, I guess, and then pff, there you go. And yeah, so the whole gameplay, the guy who made it said like he wants to be like one of the old-fashioned retro platform, like old school platformers, where it's just a D-pad and a button.
Okay.
So control Atari,
Okay.
that kind of stuff,
Okay.
right? And the whole gameplay gimmick is that you go around and you find costumes, and when you wear the costumes, they give you a superpower. That's basically it, right? And
So it's like Wario Land.
sort of. Not even really. Wario Land is kind of its own thing. This is more like you collect a power up to be something in order to complete the level. It's like a puzzle game and anything else, but there's combat in it.
Okay.
And then if you want to get the trophies, you have to do fucking quick time event sequences.
Oh.
They're hidden in every world.
No.
And you have to perfect every single one of them. And
No.
And in order to get the trophy, if you fuck it up even once, you don't get the trophy. And in order to go back, and you can't just restart the level to get back to do it again. You have to beat the world boss in order to go back to the level in order to reset the quick time events in order to try again. So yeah, not a really good game.
No.
Not a really good game. It's clearly very rushed. There's a lot of things probably wanted to be in the game but couldn't. And a lot of things were just bad as a premise. There was also this Chow adjacent type thing. You know how like Sonic Adventure, they did that whole thing with the raising some species of things, right?
Yeah.
That's been a trend since what, Nights? I want to say. Nights Beyond Dreams? In Dreams? What's the game called?
I know of the game, but I know nothing about it.
Yeah, basically in Nights there's these background species things that do random crap, and you can watch them basically. And there's like a whole system dedicated in the game dedicated to these things.
Oh.
That don't matter at all. It's really weird. But yeah, that got transferred into Sonic Adventure, and they basically did that for Chow's.
Okay.
And if you know anything about Chow's, you know that the Chow system is completely bonkers out the ass, sophisticated, right?
Yeah.
But then they did that for this game. So now there's these things. So now there's these chicks that you can breed into different colors and shit. And
Chocobos?
not even chocobos. They're just some tiny chick things, right?
Damn.
And they enter this giant, like, tower. Like those systems where you have like pool balls going down the system, like marble machines and shit.
Yeah.
Marble machines. That's what they're called, right? So yeah, so it's basically one giant marble machine, except the birds go into it.
Oh.
Right. And then when they enter it, for some reason that makes the counter go up. It's not explained at all. It's also not explained at all what it's for. But you just make the counter go up, and when you make it go up to 10,000, I think that's it. You beat the tower thing.
Oh.
Good job.
Quality.
Quality. Like I said, a lot of things is missing from this game, and it's there's things that could have been.
It was probably hit by the crunch, wasn't it?
Yeah, crunch, coronavirus, whole bunch of problems that could be attributed to it. It's just there's something there that didn't quite just reach it, and that's the kind of game that people like me would like to explore, you know. Nowadays, every game's been researched to death, so you can basically anything you speculate in the game, like, oh yeah, no, that's pretty falsely done answer. Yeah.
You want to sort of relive those kinds of days, don't you?
Yeah, just like the speculation, like what could have been. This is the type of video game that makes people want to make video games. You know, just if you screwed it up this hard, what could you have done to make it better? That kind of shit. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? That's basically Balan
World.
Trying not to say. Fuck. Apparently this isn't. Okay, this is weird. Apparently my wrench is blocking some of the bullets, maybe? Okay. Bugs like this.
Right. It's New Game Plus.
Yeah.
How many more playthroughs of this are you gonna do? You just did? You're just done?
Yeah, I'm just looking around until I decide to stop.
I mean, we've been doing this for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out if I finish talking about Balan Wonder. There's a community in that. Oh yeah, the actual thing I wanted to talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so those are the 2 games that came out recently that are like that. You know,
Yeah.
have some ideas behind it, even though they may be misaligned, not accepted. And then there's this other thing I found out during my times and during the quarantine times that just alright? So, you know me, you know us, right?
Yeah.
We like playing RPGs, right?
Yeah.
We hate the shit out of SMT and other SMT related games. That's our hatred of that is very well documented,
Yeah.
right? So what if I told you we have a strategy-based RPG,
Okay.
right? It's a 3x6 area battlefield, right?
Okay, so it's...
something similar to a Radiant Custodian.
Okay.
Right? And the choices you make, there are weaknesses and strengths, right?
Okay.
What if I told you that it is a risk-reward feature built into that system?
Okay.
Right? Getting hit by a super effective attack makes you gain more bar to do special moves, right? And of course, special moves do more damage and muscle buff and debuff and all that stuff, right?
So it's like a fighting game?
Not a fighting game. It's a strategy game. Well, it's sort of like a fighting game.
Well, like the bar mechanic sounds like what I'd see in a fighting game.
It's more of a meter. Yeah, it acts like a meter, but the idea is that you gain some meter when you do certain things, right? If you hit an enemy with an attack that they're strong against, you gain more meter, right?
Okay.
If you hit something but they also gain like a small amount, right?
Ah.
But if you hit them with a completely neutral move, right? Only you gain meter, but you gain like half a bar or something, right?
Okay.
And if you hit something super effectively, right?
What's the situation?
You gain very little meter, but the enemy gains a lot of meter.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So that's the gist of this game, right?
Okay.
And then certain variables affect how much meter you gain, like if it's multi-hit or like other stuff, right? There's some moves that drain meter. There's some moves that just kill people. Basically, it's a whole system, right?
That sounds like you need actual strategy.
Right.
Where's the butt?
So this it's a series called Eiyu Senki, right?
Okay.
So this Eiyu Senki game, right?
Okay.
It has all that. It has all that. It has the bulk. It has that strategic concept, right?
Uh-huh.
And it has everyone's favorite famous historical figures turned into anime girls.
Huh?
Right? It has all that.
The faces he's making.
When I first heard the gameplay, I was super excited, right?
Yeah, that sounds like a neat little feature.
Then I looked it up. first warning sign, right? First warning sign.
Okay.
One of the first hits is a Reddit post. And the virtual novel subreddit.
The virtual novel? Visual novel.
Visual novel, right. Visual novel. Visual novel subreddit.
Uh-oh.
The end subreddit.
Uh-oh.
Not a good look.
Uh-oh.
Alright?
Oh no, is it a visual novel?
Sort of.
Sort of.
We'll get to it. It's sort of like Archangel 2, like something of a visual novel.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like it'd be too bad.
Right, it could be fun. Then you say, oh, hey, look, Fruit Bat Factory. You know them.
Ha! Oh, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, warning sign number 2. Fruit Bat Factory made an English translation of this.
Okay.
All right. Warning sign number 3. I say warning sign, but it's not really a warning sign. It's more like the culmination of what's to be, right? One of the fucking screenshots is a naked lady, so like, oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah. So that's the risk. That's the risk you have to deal with when you're this kind of person. And when you're trying to seek out games other people haven't heard of, you find these types of games. That's just a fact.
Oh no!
There's nothing you can do to avoid it. This is just the hazard of the work.
Like, oh hey, this cool. Oh no, there's nude people.
It's just a hazard of the workforce. Okay, this is just a workplace hazard you have to deal with.
Is it at least censored?
No.
Oh no.
It's tastefully censored, I guess.
Tastefully censored.
Yeah, like it's sort of censored. It's like some naked girls have white lights. It's the sun, you know, has the sun interfering with the
So it's environmental censoring.
Right. The screenshot that they show on the fucking Steam page. All right, this is on the Steam page. is just a lady in a bath, but you're looking at her from an upwards angle, so you can't see any good stuff.
That's probably a good thing.
Yes. But yeah, could have been. What could have been?
Is that a game you're gonna make me play?
No, we literally cannot play it. That's the problem. There's naked ladies in it. We literally cannot play it at any point.
Well, you see, there's this wondrous marvel of technology that we call video editing.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but like, there's also some problem. Like, the base gameplay is so fun. It's very interesting. It requires strategy and all that. It could have been so great, but they went the fan service route.
Oh no.
And the game is based around the fan service. That's all.
Oh, it's based around it.
Yeah, because like, you don't make all the historical into anime girls for nothing, okay? Right? That's just it's just unfortunate how things have to be. The historical figures are kind of haphazard all over the place too. Like, here, let's play a small game right now.
Okay.
Guess who made it into the game?
Thomas Jefferson.
No, Thomas Jefferson did not make it into the game.
Benjamin Franklin.
In the sequels.
Sequels?
There are sequels. I'll get into that later, right? I believe she's in the sequels. I don't think she's in the first game, but Benjamin Franklin exists, yes. Alright? Who's the president of the United States? Because the story is you're Japan. You gotta conquer the world. Happy. Right? Who's the president of the United States? Guess.
It's not gonna be Abraham Lincoln.
Nope.
Okay, good.
I'm just gonna say now, you're probably never going to get it. You just keep guessing. And then I'll give you a hint.
World War II, right?
World War II.
I don't know who was president during World War II.
By the way, I guess here's a little hint in the sense that the Japanese heroes that you have are like Oda Nobunaga and Benkei and Yasune and all those old hats. Right, so think old hat.
Figure this out.
You can literally start anywhere.
I don't know any That's the problem.
It's just U.S. presidents. How hard can it possibly be?
Here's the thing. I haven't cared enough about American history.
Yeah, don't. It doesn't matter though. If you guessed a U.S. president, you were wrong.
Oh, great.
The president of the United States isn't even a president. It's fucking Christopher Columbus.
Oh.
Christopher Columbus with an anti-tank rifle, just to show how historically accurate everything is, right? But at least she's a historical figure, right? So there's also the United Nations led by.
Okay, so we have a. So is it a personification of the United Nations, or is it actually the UN?
It's called the UN, but basically it's just Europe, except. Because we'll get to Britain in a second, but yeah. But at least some of these people, could be famous warlords, right?
Okay.
You got Napoleon, the leader of the European Union, right? Her right hand woman is Hannibal from Persian fame, the person who did the elephant sting, if you remember, from any history whatsoever. But right, her economic advisor, of course, is Julius Caesar.
Okay.
Right. And, it's a lot. The timeline goes all over the place, right? Right. And then randomly there's Beethoven. And then Beethoven's there.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a wild ride, and they're all gonna be naked at some point, and some of them are lollies, and it's all bad.
This already sounds actually bad.
Yeah. What the fuck happened there?
I don't know.
So yeah. So the whole game is based around you romancing all these famous historical figures.
Why is it romance? Why does it have to be? Why is it always romance?
Literally because you're the protagonist and literally the only guy in the story. Ostensibly, men exist. Maybe it's hard to say for certain, but you are definitely one of them.
So what is your goal to get a harem across time or something?
You just marry. It's sort of toned down for the first game, and the second game it's like right. The second game they introduce Date Masamune, who decides to take you in literally as their little brother.
Oh.
Right.
Oh no.
And she's just absolutely fucking insane. Just.
One here.
Yeah. And then there's the third game. You know what? So let's break this down, right?
Okay.
So the first game that had it translated by Fruit Bat Family.
Okay.
Right? So that's the thing that happens, right? The second game is not translated yet. All right.
Yet.
Not translated yet, but I think it's Fruit Bat Factory again that they're trying to aim for 2020.
Well, I guess consistency is the best thing, I guess.
Yeah, they're aiming for 2020 or 2020.
At least they're consistent on who's doing the translation.
Yeah, they're working on the 2021 translation, so it's out soon. I guess.
You guess.
So, and then there's the third game, right? The third game already has an English translation.
Who did the English translation?
Nataku.
Oh.
You see where this is going, right?
Uh-oh.
It's a straight-up porno now.
Oh, no.
Not only is it a straight-up porno, it is literally a gacha game.
Oh. No.
What could have been, right?
Oh, no.
What could have been?
Oh.
It could have been great. This could have been an amazing game.
It's just fan service.
Now it's just fan service. It's really bad.
No.
It's literally a mobile gacha game with...
I assume you're having a time documenting that descent into madness.
I really, really wanted to enjoy the game.
Look at that, Clank.
Many factors went into the way of that.
Are you gonna do like a weblog series of all the things you've encountered?
What could have been? Probably not. I don't want to be famous on the internet. Have you seen the people who are famous on the internet? Jesus fucking
They're all
Christ.
assholes, I know, right?
I know. We could have spent the entire random talks talking about those guys, but no, we decided not to.
Instead, we're talking about this.
For the sake of the human race, I decided to talk about porn. So there you go. That's it, everyone. Have a nice day. I'm leaving.